And all this afternoon's medal matches, it's a very warm welcome to former world champion Loretta Cusack-Dole. Good afternoon, Loretta.
Good afternoon, Sheldon. And yeah, it's going to be a very exciting final for these weight categories. And we've had some exciting judo, although, but what we have noticed is that Brazil have really come to form, and this crowd behind them all the way has given them some great performances and some chances, and obviously already medals, as we've seen with the results in the final block, that they'll guarantee a gold medal here today.
And now please welcome judoka in blue judogi representing Germany.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've been to Brazil for an IJF World Tour. Of course, we were here 3 years ago for the Olympic Games. Events don't get any bigger than that, but
no, definitely don't.
Back on the IJF World Tour calendar with a Grand Slam. Anyway, we're underway with the first of the bronze medal contest, Rishoni and Mentz. And Mentz has done a really good job in getting this far. She's competing now for, but it's a tall order against Shira Rishoni.
Well, one of her biggest matches of the day was defeating Martinez Abelenda in that quarter-final stage to get into the semi-final, and then obviously they went on to lose to Costa in the semi-final place, finding her in this bronze medal match. But she's up against a tough opponent, a very consistent opponent, Rishoni, who's medalled and been very close to the medals throughout the past couple of years, and just seems to go from strength to strength. Started off very well at the beginning of the year with the gold medal in Tel Aviv, which you would expect, but then went on to win medals in Düsseldorf and Montreal and Hoyhot. So this is someone who's very strong and predicted to be on that podium. And this is the young lady, Mentz, who'll be the one that could stop her. When you look at statistics, they're both 28 years of age, and there's not much between them as far as the world ranking, 15th to 19th position, so it's just a couple of matches really in it.
Oh, almost off the other side.
So the attempt there, good start of Wazari on the board, 2.5 minutes remaining.
Must have just about been enough to squeeze Wazari out.
Yes, just to clip her
fell
on
off that
she went on the wrong
side,
side, didn't she? She fell over on the other side, so which was unpredictable.
The thing that I thought was good was it was at the feet of the referee,
Yes.
standing right on top of that, so he gets a good
could he?
look, whereas our camera position was that one that just gives us a bigger view, but not necessarily the view of the landing.
Yeah,
and he was on top of that one.
Yeah, definitely that's the position we're looking for, is where the shoulder is placed rather than the side look on face-on positioning.
So Rishoni leads with half the contest still to come. As I say, it's going to almost off again. Not quite the position to give a full push.
Well, Rishoni, she's a right little fighter, there's no doubt about it. She digs in deep and she fights right to the end. Both have picked up a Shido apiece though. Rishoni with that lead, and it'll give her a comfortable lead, giving her confidence in this bronze medal contest. Mentz really on a uphill battle against a tough opponent. See the Israeli coach there, looking very anxious indeed. Mentz looking for that Uchimata, a Sodi attempt once more from Rishoni, working off the sleeves. Just seems to get that one bit in closer, one before her opponent, just keeping the pressure on Mentz. And the longer this goes, the more frustrated Mentz will be. She's working off that sleeve though. She's trying desperately to get around Yoko Sutemiwaza. Attempt there. Now Rishoni looking to try and capitalise in the knee waza, but as you can see, she looks up at the clock, and that's a telltale sign to say, I'm just eating away at the clock here, just biding my time and keeping the pressure on her opponents.
Thought about the Uchimata there. There was a sort of half hop, leg was there, and then nothing came of it.
And it's very dangerous to just
put the
plant
leg in the air.
Yeah, you're balancing on one leg, and that's very dangerous.
Almost going again. You know, she'd be worth having a bit of a stab at that, wouldn't she? You know, because she managed to turn.
There is an Uchimata there. There's no doubt about it, but I don't think she just seems to have the confidence. It's a half-hearted attempt.
She's got the support leg way away as well.
It's like a cross grip, which means she's been blocked in the entry of the Uchimata by her opponent's arm that she puts there, rather than coming in the inside and be gutsy enough to square onto her. Shoni stumbles her opponent over, but then it's recovered well by Mensik coming in with the counter.
No time left, I'm afraid.
No.
This one's going the way of the Israeli. It's Shira Rishoni of Israel who takes the first of the bronze medal contests on this, the opening day of competition here at the Brasilia Grand Slam. Big win for the little Israeli.
Yeah, it's a great it's a great win for her, and what's more important, some valuable qualification points.
Winner and bronze medalist for women under 48 kilos in white, representing Israel, Shira Rishoni.
Medalha de bronze, uma salva de palmas, Shira Rishoni de Israel.
Congratulations! Bronze medal goes to Israel. This is third medal for Shira Rishoni in a Grand Slam.
There's going to be a few firsts today, first ever medals at a Grand Slam. You wait.
Yeah, it's coming up, isn't it?
Yeah, they'll all be lined up there.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can see the highlights.
First Grand Slam gold medal. There'll be a few.
Yeah, there's a real possibility of that, isn't it? And then possibly in the under 60s. Yeah.
Dear spectators, now the next bronze medal contest for the women under 48 kilo.
Right, coming up next, the second of the bronze medal contest in the under 48 kilo category. Laura Martinez of Spain faces Chernovitsky Eva of Hungary. It'll be Martinez in the white judogi, Chernovitsky in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Olivier Desroses of France.
Well, Chernovitsky must be coming into this contest quietly confident, as she has defeated her opponent twice, and although it's not gone her way right at the last stage, she's actually had a great performance here today, losing just at the semi-final stage against Chibana. And again, that was a very tough match, but she's looked on form today. But Martinez Belende is one of these athletes that I felt that was outstanding at the World Championships, picking up a 5th place there, and she was unlucky not to take a medal on the day. But again, somebody that's gone from strength to strength over the past year. The European Games this year, as well as the 5th place in the World Championships, was 7th place, just missed out on a place on the podium, but was a gold medalist in Baku at the beginning of the year, along with a 5th in Dusseldorf. So she's capable of upsetting quite a few, and upsetting the odds in most major events.
Biggest disappointment in the weight category, the number 1 seed Milica Nikolic of Serbia going out in round 2 to Gabriela Chibana of Brazil.
Well, both are trying to battle past the defences of each other, trying to get that desired grip. Sadly, not been able to manage that so far, with just over a minute gone in the contest. Both have picked up now a Shido apiece. This will hopefully open it up a little bit, so creating more of an opportunity to either one of the athletes.
I was going to say, is Martinez left-sided, and she is. That's why she's struggling with that right arm grip over the top.
Yes.
When Chernovitsky comes over the top, it really crushes her.
Well, it looks like she's just feeding that left side, which makes it easy for Chernovitsky. But a fumbling attack there, it brings her down into the knee waza. It was a little bit sort of uncontrolled and lost her balance. She entered in there. It was quite dangerous the way she entered. Very little stability in that attack.
If she's going to try to close things down, she'll need to take hold of that right arm and get that.
She attempts, the attempt to the Sodi. Martinez Abelenda has really not settled in this contest at all. She really is. She feeds that left side because she's left-handed, which plays it into the hands of her opponent, who seems quite comfortable at this moment.
Picked up a second penalty now.
Oh, Kochigak, yes, scoring a Wazari. She left herself really exposed there with the rear attack. Now with 1 minute and 38 seconds remaining, but she has two Shidos on the board, which still makes it very dangerous. But Chernovitsky, look at her face, it's just telling it all. She is so upset, but she doesn't realise tactically this match could still be won. Now those are the sort of vital sort of percentages you cannot afford to give away. Chernovitsky looks like she's just thrown in the towel there, which is only going to build on the confidence of the Spaniard. The Hungarian was almost in tears there, and you can see it. Look at her face, she's so defeated. And, well, there's, you've got two Shidos now, bringing it into line, but literally that score has gone on the board and she's thrown in the towel almost. She looks so desperate out there. And this is just going to build more and more on the confidence of Martinez Abelenda.
Almost coming up with that Yoko Satemi was on the right side. Martinez now trying to move around to do something on the ground, but Chernovitsky manages to use her legs to defend and keep Martinez away. I wonder if Chernovitsky was so hell-bent on closing down that particular Kochigaki.
Yes.
So when it did come off, it really hurt her, because it was the one thing that maybe Dad said before you go out there, don't let her catch you with that Kochi, because that's her go-to score, isn't it?
Because in general, she's very switched on tactically, isn't she? And she knows her opponents, and she prepares well for events like this and contests that are so crucial to a medal. And she would have had time to prepare for this, and she really has let go something that she knew was a massive danger.
Poor last effort there from Chernovitsky has put her in a bit of a problem here, because Martinez can now attack on the ground.
And she's going to stay busy.
Just look busy there. Referee not having any of it though. Quite right as well.
That's right. And the thing is, she cannot afford to run away in the last 10 seconds. She has to engage.
Got two Shidos as well.
Two Shidos.
Stand tall now, and if someone's going to make a mistake, let Chernovitsky come to you. They're not going to give you a penalty for passivity now. You know, let the Hungarian come.
As long as she doesn't drop on her knees in a false attack.
Well, that's a save then for Martinez. Come back from having put herself in a really good position early on.
Yes.
When she got to the quarter-final, and then a surprise loss to Katharina Mentz of Germany. Had to come back through the repechage to defeat Li Yanan of China, and now she's overcome Chernovitsky Ava to take the second of the bronze medals in the under 48 kilo category, Laura Martinez of Spain. It's a good win for her in that bronze medal contest because the points are pretty big.
Oh, definitely. And it shows the consistency now of this young lady.
Congratulations, this is second medal in a Grand Slam for Laura Martinez, Spain.
Second medal in the Grand Slam.
Martínez levando a medalha de bronze no primeiro Grande Slam de Brasília 2019.
Yeah, the other medal that she got was a gold in Baku.
Well, terrific result.
Yeah, two very strong results now.
Lovely Koji Gaki.
Beautifully.
Really brought her down well.
Yeah.
Good hook. We've seen that a couple of times today. Ponseanagi sold.
Yeah. It's a great combination, it really is.
Yeah. Well executed.
And it's so effective both ways, whether you come in for the Ponseanagi first and switch to the Koujigari, or the Koujigari, or you go for the Koujigari, they step off and you come in for the Seanagi. They're both well executed.
We come now to the final of the under 48 kilo category. Gabriela Chibana of Brazil faces Catarina Costa of Portugal. It'll be Chibana in the white judogi, Costa in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Melinda Booman of the United States of America.
Well, this is going to be an interesting match, there's no doubt about it. On paper, on the statistics there, you would say Catarina Costa has got to be the favourite. She was mine at the beginning of the day and finds herself now in the final. But Chibana, for me, 26 in the world ranking, Pan American gold medalist last year. But she's had a great performance, and when you look at the sort of stages she's had to come through to get into that final, she's defeated some very strong opposition along the way. So it's a good day for her, but can she maintain that sort of excellence in this final?
One more hurdle to get over. She defeated the number one seed first up this morning, Milica Nikolic, then Xiong Yao of China in the quarter-final. Chernovitskieva in the semi-final. Here it is with Catarina Costa now.
And Catarina Costa, number 2 seed. So she's already defeated the number 1 seed. Can she go that one further and take the number 2 seed out? Well, both these athletes have... Oh, a lovely tire toss. She stepped across there. Costa fell to her face on that exchange. Defends down there. Well, a great start for Chibana. Building up on the hopes for this crowd here in Brasilia. Well, you can hear that crowd. They've come equipped. There's no doubt about it. Anything that can make a noise, they're using it. Absolutely deafening here in this arena. Again comes in with the Marotti Seanagi, but exchange again. Costa comes in with a Sodi, scoring a Wazari and takes the lead with 2.5 minutes remaining in the contest. Well, what a reversed exchange there, the Sodi. And that's what she's known for. Seen quite a few being defeated on that very technique. Costa comes in there with the right hand on the lapel. Once again comes in with the Seanagi this time. And the Marotte. She does seem to manage to get through the defences of Chibana, who at this moment doesn't seem to have much. She's coming for the Kochigari, she's looking for the Kosoda, she's now possibly trying to open up in the Niwaza, but referee calling a halt to that exchange. Well, we're coming up to the halfway mark, still plenty of time, but once more Costa comes in with an attack that draws her opponent down into the ground, and there she works her way in the Niwaza.
Well, you can see who's more interested in the Neowaza. It's Katerina Costa. Given the state of the contest, there's a little under 2 minutes left to go. She leads by Wazari, so she's happy to be down there. There's a nice push.
A reverse there. Does she get the score? I think she landed directly onto the bottom.
Yeah.
And it was just that final push to the end, but there was a
pause. And the other thing is there were no hands behind her.
Yes.
Now when you get pushed backwards,
yes.
if you want to stop yourself from going over, your hands go behind. Hers
didn't
go behind.
They were in front, which means there was no...
Oh, well, she just kept her hands up.
She kept it up to make sure.
Yeah, she kept her hands off. And for me, there was a pause there.
Yeah. There was enough pause for us to be able to capture, the hands to the head. I'll be surprised if they give this to Shibana.
She needs a second push, Chibana, for this.
Yeah.
And we are saying to our athletes, don't put your hands behind you because this is dangerous and youngsters will follow you. She didn't. So for me, she doesn't put her hands down. Excellent.
Yes.
This is really good
Judo,
decision.
Yeah. A great
really
decision.
Good decision.
And yet the crowd are upset.
Sure, they won it for their fighter, but she needed a second push. She needed a second push because the first one didn't complete the technique.
Now, Costa's got to be careful on those ochi-kochi-garis. She's very clever, Chibana, with her feet. And the positioning that she's in, she's a right angle position, Costa. She comes in first, but if she doesn't, she leaves herself very exposed for the ashiwazas. And it's the sort of thing that she's got to keep doing. She's got to pile that pressure on and work in the Sianagis. Now, Costa's going to be working her down there, and while she does, she's going to allow that clock to just tick away nicely to the point of no return for Chibana. Chibana really has to prove that she's not under any pressure. But looking at what we're seeing now, there's a lot of work going on there.
Yeah, it's difficult for the referee to call a mate in that situation because you have to allow the fighter time to, work things on the ground. And, you suspect that they're happy just to burn the clock.
Rightly
but
so.
you still have to allow them some time.
Yeah. As long as you keep busy and stay engaged in what you're trying to do and not make it obvious by looking up at the clock. I think the obvious sign is when you look up at the clock. Now this is where this is a silly situation. She stopped there and she needs all the seconds she can possibly get. She needs to be back up onto her feet, and she stayed in that Neowaza position. Why, I don't know.
3 times maybe. Chibana's gone to ground, allowed the clock to run out without really realizing she needs all the time for a big effort standing up. She's got 8 seconds now. She's shown a lot of patience, in waiting for an opening. However, most of that time has been spent with Costa. Just
rightly so. 4 seconds.
Yeah, she's got one.
Don't blame her. Yeah. Don't blame her for one bit. And I would do it again. Yeah. With 3 seconds to go.
Again.
No.
No good.
No good. Well, she did it, and she got that score, which was more important. And obviously, for the Brazilian fans there, they'll be saying, well, there was a score there. Well, it wasn't. It was quite clear that she never needed any sort of resistance against going on that koichigari. She landed firmly on her backside, and the hands were in front. They were not behind her to brace against it.
Yeah, and during that time when she was showing, hey, look, I haven't got my hands behind me. She was sitting up.
The block.
So that was the block, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And that was the pause in the actual technique, execution of the technique.
Katerina Costa of Portugal takes the gold medal in the under 48 kilo category.
Gold medal goes to Portugal.
Medalha de ouro para Portugal.
Gabriela Chibana, it is.
Representing
Who has to settle for the silver.
And what a bit of success that the Portuguese team are getting, aren't they? They're picking up the medals. They're becoming real contenders out here on this World Tour.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can see the highlights of today's first final contest on the screen. This is first gold medal in a Grand Slam for Catarina Costa, Portugal.
Primeira medalhista de ouro no Grande Slam de Brasília, Catarina Costa, de Portugal.
We come now to the first of the bronze medal contests in the under 60 kilo category. Francisco Garrigos of Spain faces Renan Torres of Brazil. It'll be Garrigos in the white judogi, Torres in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Lubomir Peter of Australia.
Well, Garrigos came in as the #1 seed and still has to battle his way. The world champion in 2014 and European Games silver medalist has to battle one more for a place on that podium. He's up against Torres, Pan American silver medalist, and last year was junior world bronze medalist. Someone that I'm sure we'll see a lot more on this world tour. He's had a great performance here today with this home crowd supporting him all the way.
Well, Garrigos started the day as the #1 seed, so to come away with a bronze medal here would be a save for him, just as his teammate Laura Martinez had a bit of a save when she picked up a bronze medal a few contests ago. Chance for Garrigos to do the same here. Martinez wasn't the #1 seed, but she was one of the top 8 and expected to do reasonably well. Should have found herself on the podium, and in the end she did. So Garrigos is going to look to do the same.
Well, settling process going on at this moment in the first minute. One Judo on the board for Torres.
Choke is across the face, but if he doesn't try to apply it and he looks to make the turnover, there'll be no need for the referees to step in and call mate. He wants to work on the top half here. Not so worried about the foot at the moment, or the leg. In any case, there's no real progress, so the referee calls mate, stands them up, and we've got 2.5 minutes left to go. No score, just a single Judo against Torres. Crowd have been handed out these, I don't know what are they, hands that clap, sort of plastic hands.
Oh, they've been making so much noise, it's quite deafening really, isn't it?
Well, when they get going, yeah. I suspect that they're saving most of their noise for the final. Still a chance here for Garrigos to work the turnover, but Torres is pretty good on the ground and he manages to block that. He's only young, and it's Garrigos who picks up a penalty for a false attack. Obviously fancies his chances of engaging Garrigos on the ground. Just broke that grip off nicely, and now is a chance for Torres to have a go at a turnover, but Garrigos is wise to that and he manages to get himself between the legs of Torres. Now he's got the top half nice and tight. He can try to work on the leg, but it looks pretty deep, and at the moment,
Well, yeah, and that's where it's so important. He's looking for the shimmy wazzer as well.
Yeah.
So he should
Maybe
either concentrate one or the other,
Yeah.
because if you're going to try and take the leg out, you really have to secure the upper part of the body and the head, more importantly. But if you're trying to do the shimmy waza and try and get the leg out at the time, you're distracting him, and it's a halfway mark. Neither one of them are going to work, hence the reason that he's not got a result on that.
Inside the last minute. What have they seen that they want to penalise now? A force attack to Torres. So second Judo for the Brazilian youngster. With 56 seconds to go, here comes Garrigos, not looking to get the third penalty for Torres. He's looking to finish it with a scoring technique. Arm on the belt, pick up coming.
Yes!
Couldn't quite turn
Ollie.
Torres. Best effort of the contest. Look for the Uranage. He lost control of the right arm, and that was what Torres was able to put down in the end and break any fall that Garrigos was looking to impart in Torres' direction. Right arm up and around the collar. He breaks that grip up. Now it's the inside grip that Torres has got that's strong. That's troubling Garrigos at the moment. Contest has gone into golden score.
Well,
okay.
it's...
Didn't see that one coming.
No, well, I'm not surprised. This crowd has been so supportive, and I think we really have seen the Brazilian team rise to the occasion here in this event. But Torres definitely has excelled himself, especially in this bronze medal contest against Garrigos. Torres, he came in deep there with the Marotti Cianagi, but sadly, instead of bending those knees, he just went like a plank forward onto his face and really had his opponent landing on his back rather than getting that lift. He just didn't seem to have the energy to bend and turn. Well, for Garrigos, the last medal he got was back in the European Games where he got the silver. Like I said before, he was world champion in 2014 at the juniors. So definitely an athlete that's shown great potential and has always been one that upset the odds throughout major events. He's got won 3 Grand Slam medals and also 3 continental medals. So on paper, definitely the man for that bronze medal, but Torres is not letting it go lightly. Comes in with a Cianagi! Once again, the Marotti Cianagi, but once more he lost a little bit of control. And Garrigos took him off to the side.
Torres has got, no, Garrigos has got the
Garrigos, he
Rosari
actually
on there,
countered
yeah.
him and pulled him back off there. Well, we'll have a look at that again. Yeah, definitely was right.
Yeah.
Torres, he thought he had it because he came in with the initial Morate Sianagi, but once more, like we've seen earlier on where he went over like a plank on his face, this time, once more he was going forward and was countered this time by Garrigos to take that bronze medal.
So, Garrigos does save.
Yes.
Bronze medal.
He gave plenty there, didn't he? Look.
Oh, he had to work for that, there was
Yeah.
no doubt about it. Torres wasn't going to hand over that bronze medal lightly.
Francisco Garrigos, Spain.
Medalha de bronze para o atleta da Espanha, Francisco Garrigos. E uma salva de palmas também para o Renan, o atleta do Brasil.
Yeah, there is the takeover.
Yep, he controlled it, look at that, controlled on that sleeve, pulled him back, got him on his back.
Just a quick note for those of you at home who think, oh, really? The question that you should ask yourself whenever there is a throwing action is, how is it, in this case, how is it that Blue gets on his back? Because Blue's not aiming to go on his back there.
No.
He's put on his back.
It's a forward technique he first initiates.
Right. And Garrigos is the one who takes control of this action. At this point, it fails. He blocks it here, and you can see Garrigos moving off to that
Yeah.
side because the Torres wants to take Garrigos off to the right. How does he end up on the left? You know?
Exactly.
So there's a good score for Garrigos. It's not the most attractive, I know. However, that's the way it is in our rules. He took it over, put him on his back, and he ended up with the score. Francisco Garrigos, a bronze medal here, 5th place finish for Torres, which is not necessarily such a bad thing in a Grand Slam.
No, not at all.
Coming up next, the second of the bronze medal contests in the under 60 kilo category. Rodrigo Costa Lopez of Portugal faces Islam Yashuev of Russia. It's Lopez in the white judogi, Yashuev in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Vladimir Nutsubidze of Georgia.
Mr. Vladimir Nutsubidze. Now, please welcome judoka in blue judogi, representing Russia.
Well, we've said it many times that when you looked at the statistics there,
Islam Yashuev.
Yashuev, European champion 2018, is the man for this bronze medal. Came in as one of the top seeds, in the top 4 seeds.
Lopez. I heard the announcer say, instead of Lopez, like, you know, like a Z with
Oh,
a Spanish.
Lopez.
I didn't realize that. Lopez.
No.
Okay. Given that we're in a Portuguese-speaking country, they should know, shouldn't they?
Yep.
Rodrigo Costa Lopez.
Oh! Well, what a start here for the Portuguese.
Got right through the defences of Yashuev
that
and
was-
launched that Ippon Seoinage attack. Had him climbing the rafters there, didn't he?
Oh, crikey, did he?
Yashuev was airborne.
Oh, look at that!
Got the left hand down. Let's just stop him from going over.
Well, what he had there was because he had the sleeve and he was able to, it was all on one side at that Sianagi. But definitely a great opening though. Lopez, who's got a Shido. I'm surprised with that.
Could be a gripping infringement.
Yeah, it's got to be something. I didn't see what it was. Oh, out of the area.
Oh, stepped out of the area.
Stepped out of the area. Our colleague has just told us.
Yeah,
I was
because
too busy looking at the
didn't-
height.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure if I got to see the signal.
No, I didn't.
That can happen at times. It's not the most attractive piece of TV to do, but sometimes.
Sianagi there.
Oh.
Oh, and it keeps driving. Yep.
Whoa!
Well, there wasn't any pause there,
pause.
so for me that was a
Non-stop.
score.
Yeah. Lopez is okay with it. He knows he's been caught. He just banged the mat to say, "Yeah, I couldn't."
Needs
I
to
couldn't
go on the
stop
other
it.
side though. The score has been
Yeah.
given to Lopez.
Well, I can understand the scoreboard operator, probably a home fan, you know.
Getting highly excited.
Yeah. Vladimir Nutsubidze needs to just look at the scoreboard.
I was going to say that
Right.
we've not noticed it as yet.
Well, he's been asked to have a look at something, and now they've put the score on the right side, although it was the Portuguese coach that had to point that out.
Yeah, that was a continuous movement there.
Yeah, good one. Not over yet, plenty of time.
Lopez again, he's persevering with that Cianagi. He feels that there's a possibility there that leaves himself. Oh, well, that was a great counter.
The only problem with Yashuev for Lopez is that Yashuev moves very quickly. He's not going to hang around and wait.
No.
You're not going to get a lot of opportunities. And Lopez has already shown him the Cianagi once. He's shown him twice. You'd like to think that he's set now for something in the other direction if he is that sharp, if Lopez is that sharp. But however, I think that they are genuine efforts, to throw him there. And the way that it really works is another genuine effort that has Yashuev reacting the way that Lopez wants, and then the combination. Nervous times for the Portuguese fans. Those maybe one or two of them in the front row there have been given T-shirts by the local organizer. That's nice.
It's good, isn't it?
Said I should have been in that queue.
Well, this started off where you thought it was a foregone conclusion, but there's been a lot of excitement through this match. We're only halfway through as well. It's exhausting watching it.
Yeah, Lopez signalled his intentions really early on with that initial Cianagi effort that had Yashuev way up in the air.
And if you've got the ability to throw like that, you still are dangerous right to the end. You cannot afford to lose any concentration. I think it's the Makakombi. There's a counter as well. He was waiting for that, wasn't he, Yashuev?
Yeah, it was a strong attack initially. Once it broke down, he found himself in a really difficult position because Yashuev almost took him back.
Yeah.
But it's difficult to fault Lopez for trying there because it wasn't a bad effort on that right side, was it?
It's so right. The most important thing is to note that he's staying totally engaged in this contest, and he's been the first out there all the time, putting in the first initial attack. But, well, he's given him a taste of his own medicine.
Counter.
What a counter! Giving him a taste of his own medicine there. He allowed Yashuev to come in with that Cianagi, and he waited for the right moment.
Oy.
And there you have it. He gave it to him, and then he disposed of him there. Pulling back, look at the arm right round the back, literally under the armpit. Now, it all depends on who landed first.
This action is under review, and it will be under review to see if there is a score for first of all, for Yashuev in changing the direction and pushing Lopez back. If they don't feel that there is, then they will say the score is for Lopez, which he's got on the board now.
Yeah.
So they just wanted to review that. There's no score for Yashuev, and I think because Lopez was in a standing position.
Yes, when he attacked, he didn't go over and then pull him through.
His, for me, wasn't a counter because Yashuev was on the ground.
So he initiated his first move and it got killed.
Absolutely. Stopped.
Blocked.
So that's the end of his.
Yes.
Because you're on the ground.
And then he slipped around the back, caught under the armpit, and
with a clean attack. Yeah, it wasn't a counter.
Yes.
That, for me, was a straight attack, standing up against someone who was on the ground. So that's why they've given that one. I think that's a good call.
It was a very good call.
Yeah.
And this opens it all up again now with 29 seconds remaining.
Zaria piece, single Shido against Lopez. That doesn't come into it
No,
for the
no,
time being,
not
unless he picks up a second.
Well, he's picked up for the same thing as well, walking out of the contest area. He's been caught twice now with that. Why would you give away such... He's worked...
He's gone over this time.
Koji.
Yeah, not going to get away with it this
No.
time.
15 seconds remaining. Well, do you know what? It was a very exciting match, wasn't it, really? But Lopez... a couple of silly errors there, and on that second silly error, he was obviously disappointed, a bit frustrated, but he switched off then, didn't he? And then that was the opportunity for Yashuev to take the bronze.
In blue, representing Russia, Islam Yashuev.
Yeah, it was a good battle. A couple of little chinks in the armour of Yashuev there. But a really good effort from Rodrigo Lopes of Portugal. Enjoyed that.
I
Good
did.
little
I really
tussle.
enjoyed that match. That was very interesting.
This is second medal for Islam Yashuev in a Grand Slam.
Fifth place finish for Lopez. That's a good effort in a Grand Slam. Bronze medal for Yashuev. I suppose that goes down again, as I keep saying, as a bit of a save, doesn't it? A number 4 seed gets bronze medal. It's the right position to be in. 3 or 4 bronze medal.
Well, I can definitely predict that the gold medal is going to go to Brazil in this next one.
No doubt about
Guaranteed a gold, silver. A good result for this home crowd as well.
that. Off the same side.
Yeah, it was nice, huh?
For him, off the same side there. Just gets hands over. Look at that. Nice. Follows it through.
Uchimata.
Yeah, and then
off the Uchimata Koji again.
yeah, and then Uchimata to go with, and then as he turns him round, Koji hook.
Yeah,
Legs
straight
already in there. Just change it, hook it in, and over he goes.
Yeah.
Nice push to finish.
Good change of direction.
Yashuev, Russia.
With some nice highlights on that one.
That was a good battle. We come now to the final of the under 60 kilo category. Alan Kuwabara of Brazil faces Eric Takabatake of Brazil. It'll be Kuwabara in the white judogi, Takabatake in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Friedrich Anna Maria of Hungary. There's the route to the final. Torres Lopez and Katz down by Takabatake, Yashuev, Garrigos, Plafke and Cruz. 4 contests for Kuwabara. He had to come through the hard route.
Oh, definitely. He's actually fought his way through to this final, well-deserving positioning now. Kuwabara, though, for me, when you look at the statistics, you've got to really take them out because 200, I think it was over the 200 in the world ranking. And you looked at the statistics of the amount of times he's fought, and he's got 75% by ippons, where his opponent had 45% by ippon wins. So statistically, every time he fights, he almost wins by ippon.
Well, he had some nice throwing skills early on. Whether he can reproduce that against probably his biggest rival in the biggest contest that he's ever been in, a Grand Slam final, we shall see.
Yeah, he won a silver medal in, the only result I could get was the silver medal in the Santiago Pan American Championships this year in 2000, where he was silver. So, very strong win for a one-off, a one-out for this young man. But I say young man, he's 27 years of age. His opponent, Takabatake, 28. Only 1 year between them. But a lot more results for Takabatake. One of his best results is a 5th place in the World Masters. But he's also been world champion in the military world champion last year. Oh, Sutemi Waza! What an attack! Scoring a Wazari. Well, this man can throw. Takabataki now has to get out of there and come back very sharply. 2.5 minutes remaining. And the thing is, there's got to be more to this man. More than we don't know.
Yeah, I was just thinking about
you don't throw
why.
like that and not
He's
have
not gonna
previous.
They're going to take that
No.
away. It's on the other side of the referee as
Yeah,
well,
she
so she
didn't
can't
see it, yeah.
see that. And her colleagues have a look, help
They
her
can
out,
see it, yeah.
and they correct it. Remember, it's the 3 of them that make, the final judgment. So whilst we have a decision on the tatami, the final decision, in instances like that where there is any discrepancy, go back to the table, and they decided that the landing wasn't sufficient enough for scoring purposes. So no score, half the contest gone, and both fighters remain penalty free.
No, for me, there's it doesn't really weigh up for the quality of athlete in Kurobara to find him 200 in the world ranking and have that presence on the mat
I could
against some tough opponents.
I could hazard a guess as to why that was. He competed at the Junior World Championships in 2011 back in Cape Town. So
Right.
we're 8 years ago as a junior, and after that, only Continental Opens. There's another good effort from Karabara. So
Karabara is just
yeah.
doing so well. He's
So for me, this suggests that at some stage, some injury or other, befell him, and he's been out of judo, or for whatever reason, he was out
is
of
there
judo.
any competitions between?
Well, he was out of judo
then
for 4 years.
with no record
with
whatsoever.
nothing. Between 2015 and
Interesting.
2019, he was out of judo for 4 years. So, he would have done the juniors
Yeah.
from 2011. I don't know how old he was when he was out. I think he's 27 now.
Yes, he's 27 years of age.
So
So 11.
if you take though, he was just 20.
20, yeah.
So you would have had a few years, buzzing around 11, 12, 13, 14. By that time, he would have come up to senior, and he stopped in
Yes.
2015 for 4 years. So
Interesting, because he's definitely a big thrower. There's no doubt about that. His performance here today.
well, he's the man, isn't he?
He's
in the
been
weight
so
category, apart from
exceptional.
Felipe Kitadai. Kitadai has been around as
Yeah.
longer. Kitadai has been around longer because he was medaling at the Olympic Games in 2012. Kitadai as a bronze medalist, and the year before that, Kuwabara was
right.
still just rolling them out as a junior in Cape Town. So the man on the team is Felipe Kitadai. Taka Batake is going to be younger. He's got to be the one trying to push
Well, Taka.
Kitadai out, but
Yeah.
but Kuwabara has thrown things all into kilter because he's come back. They
Yeah.
probably thought we've seen the back of him. He's gone. Well, no.
Well, he's come back as a reasonable unknown, hasn't he, for some time
very
now.
much so.
So obviously Brazil and South America will have known of him, but the rest of the world, well, he's not been on the scene. So sometimes that opens up a lot of surprises. Ay, ay, ay! What a finish!
Yeah, he's got the stuff.
He is exceptional.
That's the guy.
That is something to. He's definitely the man at this moment, isn't he?
Well,
for Brazil.
There are problems. I would suggest that there are problems for the Brazilians at 60 kilos. Whatever it was that kept him out, he is back. He is back with a bang, with a Grand Slam gold medal winning performance. Not just smacking one or two people, but he's smacking the top Brazilians.
Top Brazilians that will have known him very well.
Oh yeah.
You can look at it if he's in the rest of the world, they don't know him. So that ultimate surprise of not knowing an athlete and taking them for granted or underestimating an opponent. But for the Brazilians to go out and be defeated the way he has, they've been defeated. That's saying something different, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm not sure why it was that in 2015 he went off the scene, because the last time that he competed in 2015 was at the Pan American Open and he won it. He won the gold medal there.
Yes.
So unless he's had some sort of really serious injury or a change of heart or whatever the case is, but on his return, the first thing that he did was to get into the final
Yes,
of
that's
again
right.
the Pan American Open, where he lost to the Japanese there, Nakajima Saigo, and now he's in the final of the Grand Slam and he's won that. So problems for Brazil. Try and work that one out.
Definitely interesting.
Gold medal winning performance from Alan Kuwabara, defeating Eric Takabataki, throwing him for Ippon in the final. Nice Tanio Toshi.
For me, one of the top performers in that weight category.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the medal ceremony for women under 48 kilos.
Right, we come now to the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 48 kilo category.
By the State Secretary of Sports and Leisure of Brasilia.
As medalhas serão entregues pelo secretário de Esportes e Lazer de Brasília, senhor Leandro Cruz.
The medals are being presented by the State Secretary for Sport and Leisure of the Federal State of Brasilia, Leandro
Representing Israel,
Cruz. The first of the bronze medal goes to Laura Martinez of Spain. There's a bronze medal also for Shira Rishoni of Israel.
Silver medalist.
Silver medal goes to Gabriela Chibana of Brazil. But the gold medal goes to Catarina Costa of Portugal.
Prize money and the mascots will be presented by the first Vice President of the Brazilian Judo Confederation.
Os cheques e os mascotes serão entregues pelo vice-presidente da Confederação Brasileira de Judô, senhor José Nilson Gama.
Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of Portugal.
Senhoras e senhores, peço a todos que fiquem de pé em posição de respeito.
And now
para a
the
execução
national
do hino
anthem
nacional
of
de Portugal.
Portugal.
Thank you very much. Obrigado. Now, family picture with ladies and best judoka of this
Our
category.
stadium announcer, Georgie, is knocking him out today, isn't he? Obrigado. Last week he was speaking Kazakh. This week he's speaking Portuguese. Next week, well, he'll have to roll out some Arabic, I think, when the IJS tour goes to Morocco. For the time being, here we are in Brasilia. Martinez and Roshoni were the bronze medalists. It was Chibana who took the silver. Costa was the gold medal winner. All right, we come to the next of the weight categories, and it's the under 52 kilo category coming up. It's the first of the bronze medal contests. Features Joana Ramos of Portugal. She'll be up against Eloides Valentim of Brazil. It's Ramos in the white judogi, Valentim in blue. I suspect it's Ramos. You know, that S at the end. Let's hear what the stadium announcer says. The referee in the middle is Yevgeny Raklin of Russia. Didn't hear the stadium announcer with the names. Oh yeah, here it comes. Okay. You didn't even hear the S at the end, did you?
Ramo.
Joana Ramo. Okay. Well, we've got a Portuguese technician with us. He'll be able to tell us. Did they not say the S? Ramo.
Ramo.
Oh.
Ramos.
Well, why he didn't say?
No.
Okay, right. Okay.
He cut short that
Yeah,
one. He
yeah.
lengthened the Brazilian name and he cut short the Portuguese one.
Okay, we're underway then.
Well, Ramos, for me, great performance at the World Championships. Can she continue that performance? A 5th place in Tokyo. And there was a head-to-head with these two, but back in 2014, and it was in Tashkent at quarter-final stage, where Ramos defeated her opponent. So it's going back a long time.
Payback now. 5 years.
Yes.
I've had to wait for some
Yeah.
payback.
Coming into, and it's my.
Yeah, you're on my turf now.
That's it. You're in my home. I was surprised when I looked up a little bit of information on Valentin. 30 years of age. She doesn't look
No
it at all.
way.
30 years old. It's absolutely crazy, isn't it?
Gee, I remember when she, mind you, it's only 10 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Isn't it? I was just thinking, I remember when she came in as junior, but it was 10 years ago
Yeah.
when I saw her as a junior.
Well,
so,
yeah, 10 years.
That's
been
it.
just 20 coming in.
That's right.
Yeah.
Time flies.
Yeah, she's had some good results though this year. Baku 5th place, she's in Budapest a 5th, but in The Hague last year was silver medalist. So interesting. She's one of these that goes unsung, really, isn't she? So
Yeah.
there's so many strong opponents in this weight category that are not even here, and here we find her battling away again for a place on that podium.
Yeah, Sarah Menezes. No Sarah Menezes.
Yes, that's
Could have
right.
been in the
yeah.
under 52s.
Mhm.
Yeah, she flirted with the 48 and going back down and coming up and. Yeah.
Well, Valentin takes the lead, or Wazari, and she's just coming up to the halfway mark. Staying very focused indeed as she blocks out her opponent to capitalise on taking the sleeve, but Ramos favours the sleeve grips herself, and a Sodi attempt drawing her opponent down into the knee waza and looks to try and capitalise in the ground, but Valentin defends well. Referee calls a halt to that exchange. Ramos doing a little bit of chasing at this moment. She tries to secure a grip. She's got the lapel, but no sooner than she gets two hands on, then Valentin comes in with an attack and breaks it all up. As you can see, that left hand on the lapel looked quite strong, but Valentin straight in blocked it and attempted a Sianagi. Oh, nice counter. A Wazari for a Wazari Seti upon. Valentin takes the bronze medal.
Revenge.
It is. Payback time. Well, she's absolutely delighted with that. But the consistency of this young lady continues. And another bronze medal. Oh.
LLG. Okay, well, I'm just going to have to go with the Brazilian pronunciation because it doesn't look like anything like that. We say Eloides. LLG. The Brazilians are great at that, aren't they? They just say anything they like. And the Portuguese kind of giggle at them when they hear them speaking because it ain't Portuguese. Well, I tell you what is, though, that bronze medal, that belongs to Eloides Valentin of
and
Brazil.
her coach is just amazing, isn't she?
Yeah.
How she managed to compose herself,
Or-
I'll never know.
Or, as they've been saying here, Brazil.
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 I thought that's something you wore.
Ladies and gentlemen, the highlights on the screen.
That was a nice finish there. That's Sianagi. Well, one bronze medal down. They've still got a chance in the final, but it's a guaranteed medal anyway. Oh, what a counter. Ramos making that ultimate mistake by trying to escape and let go of her opponent. There's some wonderful highlights there.
Right, we come now to the second of the bronze medal contests. In the under 52 kilo category, Agata Perenk of Poland faces Tsunoda Natsumi of Japan. It's Perenk in the white judogi, Tsunoda in blue. And if ever a save was needed, it's needed now from Tsunoda Natsumi. The referee in the middle for this one is Bobby Donaldson of the United States of America. Here's Loretta Kusakdor.
Thank you. Well, this is definitely going to be an interesting one, but like you say, for Japan, she really, former world silver medalist, wants this and wants this badly. We all predicted as the number one seed would be in that final, but that was cut short by being defeated by Gudrida in the semi-final. Perenk, though, a strong athlete representing Poland.
Little Koji, that will score. Nice slide that brought her down onto her back. Yep. Yeah, that's Wazari. Like that.
Yeah, good start.
Yep. It's soft, yeah, I know. It's not the big banging over
But
throw
we're
that
not
you
going
like.
to really expect that from her because
Yeah.
she doesn't have that grit, does
Yeah.
she? She doesn't have that aggression that flows through her judo. It's very stylish and it's very soft.
Tiny.
And she's a very delicate type
Yeah.
of fighter, isn't she?
Whip
Where you
the
see a
foot out
lot of
from her,
yeah.
down onto the side. I'm okay with that.
even when it comes down to the grips, it's very softly approached. She takes her time. She picks up the Judo for doing that because she's not to be rushed. And but she's not aggressive and forthright. She doesn't go out and take what she wants. She waits for it to be given to her. And as we know, that's not always the way. You've got to be able to fight well again and clash of the grips. And this time, instead of Sonoda being on the receiving end of a blow to the face, it's the opposite way round.
Dishing it out there, was
Perenik
she?
got a smack to the face.
Ooh.
So the attempt there. Sonoda, she was looking for it. Decided to back out at the last moment of that attack. She's got the sleeve, good strong kumikata. Perenik, an exchange of coming in for a Sianagi and then switching it to an opportunity in Niwaza, but finds herself now on the receiving end of that transition.
Been a little bit disappointed with Tsunoda today. I didn't expect her to come out and smash everyone. That's not the case, but I did expect that she would be head and shoulders above her competition, not least of all because she's number 4 in the world here.
Oh, beautifully done. Tomonagi, Ippon.
That's the class that
And
I
again,
thought
it
I
was
would.
a nice, gentle
see, you know.
approach to the Tomonagi. But yeah, I'm agreeing with you there because you put them on that sort of pedestal,
Yeah.
don't you? You already put them on a level above the rest, especially when you look at the draw. There shouldn't really have been anybody that was capable of touching her, and we thought that right at the beginning. If there was any challenges, it was going to come from the bottom half, I thought. But
Well, she did have that hiccup with Giuffrida,
Yes.
and what she couldn't do was to manage the physicality, the tactics that Giuffrida brought to the tatami, which was unfortunately a scratch under her
Yes.
nose. That was the one that she picked up from
yeah.
Giuffrida.
And I think the word you said, physicality,
Just
she
roughed her up a bit, didn't
couldn't
she?
actually match it, could she? It was a fight, and it was a fight that was only one way.
Yeah.
And if she'd matched it, technically she would have outbeaten her.
And time and time again, her concentration was broken by scratches, a little punch to the throat, a whack to the face. None of which I thought were really bad, but the collective. If you look back, I can see Giuffrida sitting with the coach and saying, "I'm going to rough her up a bit here." Because it will unsettle her, throw off her game, and give her something else to think about. And she's just going to allow that time. It's like, the hourglass is going to go, the sand's going to drop. And before she knows what's gone on, she's been thrown for a game, and we'll have taken her.
Yeah.
Good plan.
Definitely.
I'd never get involved in a plan like that myself. However, it worked.
But that's exactly what she did. She
Yeah,
outfought her. She really was so aggressive that
Indeed.
Sonoda really couldn't do anything with it.
And yet, in the other contest, she showed the gap between her and the rest of the fighters. Really, really look at this. 2 beautiful scores here in the bronze medal contest. Just swept her away, to be honest.
Because I think they gave her a little bit more respect,
yeah.
where Grudfida didn't.
None.
She gave her none whatsoever. It was like, I'm the Olympic silver medalist.
And having spoken about Adet Giuffrida, here she is. It's Giuffrida in the white judogi from Italy to face Larissa Pimenta of Brazil in blue. It's the final of the under 52 kilo category. The referee in the middle for this one is Raul Camacho of Spain. And here is Loretta Cusack-Doyle.
Well, if Pimenta can actually get past the opening minutes of this contest, I think there will be a fight on here, because I think Pimenta can bring it to the table here against her. I don't think she'll be aggressively outbeat. She might be just experience-wise, and the way this match will tactically go could be the possibility which will give Grudfida the gold medal here. But technically, the Brazilian for me is very, very strong. But she's 20 years of age. She's a young athlete, world ranked number 19, and has had some impressive results this year alone with picking up the bronze medals for World Tour bronze medals. Guidfrida, we know, is the Olympic silver medalist and a gold medalist in Tbilisi this year. Now she seems to be getting her way with a grip that she desires, that left hand on the lapel, and she's got the sleeve. She works away with the ashiwazas. Pimenta, well, she blocks that Sianagi and now tries to dig in for what looks to be the Sangaku, but I think she's really, to be honest, wasting her time down there and a lot of energy against the Italian in that exchange. Well, 1 minute's gone and Pimenta well, she's been forced to the edge of the contest area. She needs to put a couple of attacks in, comes across, stabbing that leg to the front, but again digs in the Niwaza, and I don't know, I just don't see anything happening in the Niwaza unless the opportunity just falls there. She falls into either the Osakomi or a Shimiwaza at that time. Guidfrida, very strong defenses in Tachiwaza as well as the Niwaza. Steps across for an attack to the front. Pimenta comes in with a Sianagi. Now Guidfrida, well, I do see her doing something in the Niwaza, and already she's putting some pressure on there. Not quite sure if she's got that Shimiwaza. It looks uncomfortable though, goodness me. And she did get the ippon. Didn't see the submission, but it was definitely an uncomfortable move. Well, that was a very quick win for Guidfrida, who takes the gold medal here for Italy.
In the category for women under 52 kilos. In white for Italy, Odette Gifrida.
Tá aí, medalha de ouro para a atleta italiana Odette Gifrida. Uma salva de palmas para ela.
Well, that's what Odette Gifrida came here for. Picked a good event to come to, where despite the fact that one of the top fighters in the world was here, Tsunoda Natsumi, she didn't escape from her. She had to face her. She defeated her well. She's come out here, you know, top of the podium. What else can you say? Nothing about this competition. That's it. You know, Gifrida walks away with the spoils. Pimenta, great effort from her to finish second at a Grand Slam.
Alô, Brasilia, tem alguém aí?
Tried to hold out for as long as possible,
Yes.
did Pimenta, but did the sensible thing in the end and put the tap in, because another couple of seconds and would have been bye-bye.
Well, what was nice that Guidfrida knew it was on, and she knew she was hanging on for a long period of time, and when she did get the submission, it wasn't the celebration. She looked back to make sure her opponent was okay, and that was a nice touch there. As you can see here, she's not celebrating, she looks straight back to see that she's okay.
Yeah, it's a funny thing, you know, Gifrida can get involved in some catty and quite, you know, tactical things, and she doesn't always come out shining. However, you can't hide that kind of reaction. And her initial reaction was not to jump up and celebrate, but was to turn to her opponent.
Yes.
So I'll give her credit for that one. Good one. Nice one. Odette Gifrida, the gold medal winner in the under 52 kilo category. Okay, we come now to the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 60 kilo category.
By the president of the Brazilian Judo Confederation.
As medalhas serão entregues pelo presidente da Confederação Brasileira de Judo, senhor Silvio Acácio Borges.
The medals are being presented by the president of the Confederation, the Brazilian Judo Confederation, Mr. Silvio Borges.
And representing Spain, Francisco Garrigo.
The first of the bronze medals goes to Islam Yashuev of Russia. There's a bronze medal also for Francisco Garrigos of Spain. Silver medal goes to Eric Takabataki of Brazil, or as our stadium announcer says, Eriki. Not sure what that's about, but but the gold medal goes to Alan Kuwabara of Brazil.
The prize money in the
He said that all day, Eriki. I think that little E at the end is quite common for the Brazilians to use. It's like almost like a friendly thing, like a nice way of describing them, you know. You hear that quite often with names and things. They add an E and it just becomes like softer or more friendly, I think. Lovely technique at the end there from Kuwabara.
Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of Brazil.
And now the national anthem of Brazil.
Para o hino nacional do Brasil.
It's Takabataki who's in the military then.
Is it?
Well, which one you were talking about earlier on, saying one of them.
Takabataki's in the military, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Military gold medalist.
You could
world
see,
medalist.
you could see that from
when
them
he's
standing on the
position to
podium.
stand, yeah.
He was almost to attention, and Kuwabara's like, "I'm cool.
I'm cool.
I'm good with
cool.
this."
Yes.
Yashuev and Garrigos were the bronze medalists. Takabatake took the silver. It was Kuwabara to take the gold medal. We'll be back in a moment with the next of the weight categories. That's the under 66 kilo category. We come now to the first of the bronze medal contest in the under 66 kilo category. Abdullah Abdul Jalilov of Russia faces William Lima of Brazil. It will be Abdul Jalilov in the white judo gi, Lima in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Hyun Suk Hee of the Republic of Korea.
Well, this is definitely an interesting match, and again, when you look at the statistics, which really, when we look at some of the results today, they just go out the window, don't they, at this moment? They just, you take it with a pinch of salt, because it is all down to the day's performance rather than the past performances that we have to reflect on. Abduzalilov.
He was struggling with that one, wasn't he?
Struggled on that one. I'm glad he's not the only one. I'm not the only one that does.
There we go then.
Well, Brazil will be wanting Lima to come up trumps here with that bronze medal. And he's defeated some good opponents to get here. Just lost out against Lombardo. Defeated Blue in that quarter-final stage. That was a great win for him. And LeBleu, for me, is one of the strongest opponents in this competition, but picked up a Shido for an infringement of the grip, fingers going inside the gi. As we know, that's an illegal move, only because it could break your fingers or your wrist to go with it. So it's a safety precaution as well. Lima stepping across for that Taya Toshina. Oh, a Wazari. A good combination there.
I think it's the second time that they've had a call of Wazari today against.
Well, he came back up on his feet and straight over the top he came with the Sutemiwaza. The Russian went back up into Tachiwaza position, so he raised off the ground, so it should count. And so it does.
Wazari it is. Okay, Lima on the board.
Oh, well, this really just upsets the odds here. And those statistics went right out the window after that last exchange. So for the delight of this crowd, Lima takes the lead, but he's still got 2.5 minutes to go. But he's wishing he did this in the last 30 seconds. That's just upset him now. Abduzalilov there coming over the top. Strong grip up against Lima, who ducks out of trouble there. And well enough not to pick up any penalties. And the Russian now, as you can see, trying to get hold of his opponent. Takes the sleeves. That seems to be all he can get at this moment in time. Lima defends well, but he's not really exchanged so much now. And he can't defend that Wazari. He'll pick up a Shido now, and there you have it for trying to defend that Wazari. Shido apiece. Abduzalilov there came in for a first attack, lost a bit of control, and Lima pounces on him to just give him a little bit of punishment. Well, giving credit to Lima, he's really digging in here, pushing his opponent right to his limits. And as there's a real saying, if you keep attacking, your opponent can only defend. And that's what seems to be the case here as Lima keeps the pressure on. There was only a moment of about 20 seconds where he allowed that exchange for Abduzalilov to come back, and then picked up a Shido for that. So he's learnt the lesson not to defend the Wazari. Most important thing is that he stays fully active in this contest. Sutemi was an attempt there, but draws his opponent down and spins out of trouble.
Inside the last minute then. Just that single Shido that Lima picked up to go with the Wazari. He's done well actually to avoid picking up a second penalty, because he hasn't been going great guns, has he? There's an effort there on the left side, but it doesn't score. Now there's a chance to keep his opponent down there. Just work. Just needs to wrap the legs up. He doesn't get enough of the body to keep him down.
No, you could see he was desperate to keep him down there, wasn't he? He knows that there's a real threat if he gets him back up in Tachiwaza, and it will be going at him hard now, trying to come back with 33 seconds remaining. His face looks like it's gone through an absolute war. It's all,
all
red
bruised and red. Yeah, I hate when you get that. Well, I'm delighted to say I haven't had that for a number of years, so left that behind.
And you're no longer with her.
Oh, this yeah. It was really rough. Should have seen that one coming. 20 odd seconds left to go. Abdul Jalilov with something to do here because that was Zari.
15 seconds, but for the quality of athlete this Russian is,
Almost
you
went
just
again.
can't write him off. The Sinagi, but this is, well, a little bit of a spin there, and he landed on his back, and it could have been a wee early Christmas present there for the Russian if he'd managed to hold him down.
He's been really clever here, Lima. His attacks have been good enough to count as attacks. He hasn't picked up a second penalty, but they've been just far enough away from Abdul Jalilov to keep the Russian at bay. And it's William Lima of Brazil who takes the first of the bronze medal in the under 66 kilo category. Fifth place finish for Abdul Jalilov. A bit of a disappointment for the Russian, losing out to a relatively unknown.
Yeah, definitely. He really didn't play that one well. He didn't know what hit him, really. Maybe he underestimated him. Gave him a little bit. Didn't give him credit enough. Quite interesting music, really.
Ladies and gentlemen, next contest, bronze medal.
We come now
contest
to
for
the second of the
men
bronze
under
medal
66
contests in the
kilo.
under 66 kilo category. Kilian Lebluch of France faces Sebastian Seidel of Germany. It's Lebluch in the white judogi, Seidel in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Roberta Chiulia of Italy.
Now, please welcome judoka in blue, representing Germany. 2 times Grand Slam and 6 times Grand Prix medalist, Sebastian Seidel. In white, representing France, winner of Ekaterinburg Grand Slam this year, Kilian Lebluch.
Well, for me, Lebluch was one of the strong favourites for being on that podium. But you can't write off Seidel. The German team do produce some fine athletes, and they've had some great performances throughout the years with some wonderful results to back it up. This is going to be quite an interesting match, a real head-to-head. Well, no surprise at the start of this match. A battle going on to get that desired grip. Neither one of them successful enough yet, but both working extremely hard and staying very active in this contest to avoid any percentages being given away in the shidos. Seidel working his way down in the Niwaza. Lebluch defending nicely there. Both looking for that lapel grip. Le Bleu coming over with that left hand, high on the collar, drawing down on the lapel, and the head crunching. France looking to hook in with that Ouchigari, switches to the opposite side for a Sodi attempt. Le Bleu once more, the left hand high on the collar. This time Seidel coming in with the Ouchigari to break that up. Le Bleu once more trying to get that left hand over the top. Seidel comes in trying to block on his opponent's right side, hooks in there though. The Ouchigari's got an opportunity here, but once more Seidel breaks it all down. Both athletes to start again, but I think Seidel will pick up a second Judo, but so will the Frenchman. So it's 2-1 now. Le Bleu coming up, high collar, draws down on the head, hooks in with the Ouchimata combination. He looks strong here, looks like he's got a chance. Oh, he lost control there, didn't he? Lost his balance.
Seidel thinks that he may have had a shout for a score.
He's not screaming too much about it, because I think it was generally, you could see it was a slip for
Roberta
the Frenchman.
wasn't interested, was she?
No, she was in a good position to see that as well.
Not going to entertain that, she said.
She's a very good referee, there's no doubt about it. Oh, Sotogari!
Almost.
Very close. As he turns his opponent over there, and the Germans are strong in their Niwaza. So you're going to be digging in, but as you can see, he's not got the upper body control. He hasn't got that head. So he's working away to get that leg out. Now he comes under the neck. But this time just a little bit too long in the exchange in Niwaza, and the referee calling a halt to that. 40 seconds remaining. 2 Shidos to 1. Le Bleu in a better positioning if this goes into golden score with the 2-1 Shido. Comes up high collar, draws down on the head, hooks in with the Ouchigari. Seidel, I think, was just waiting for the next move of the combination to take the counter, but the Frenchman was wise to that and only came in with that Ouchigari.
Yeah, this on paper was always going to be an exceptionally difficult tactical battle. It may not be the one that you want to throw up there as this is the most gripping battle, but if you like tough, if you like it hard, if you like it, you know, just that little bit testy, this is what you get with Le Bleu and Seidel.
As you say, it's real grit. It's not the most stylish of contests, but it's a gritty one. It's real digging in, coming from the gut, really, trying to get that ultimate finish. Yosota got him, there's the grip, the Osota. Did he get that score? Well, from the angle we were looking, it looked very good, and it looked that Seidel had got that score, but here's another angle. Now he landed onto his front. So back to square one again. 2 Shidos to 1. Seidel, though, piling a little bit more extra pressure on in this golden score, and that was a good test for the German. Le Bleu under a slight pressure here. Good strong exchange there. Once more we see that Ouchigari. He's got the high collar grip. Is he gutsy enough to change and switch it to the Uchimata? I don't think so, because I think Seidel's waiting for that exchange. Attempts the Sutemi Waza. So throughout all that time, there was 2 strong attacks coming from the Frenchman and a defense coming from the German.
Yeah, their styles suggested that this was what was going to happen.
High collar once more, controlling the situation, hooks in with that Ochigari, draws down on the head, gets that little bit of movement. Oh, Seidel came in for an Osotogari, but really came in off balance. Leblanc was going to attempt the counter for the Osota. French coach there just saying stay focused, keep your head. Both looking very tired now, and rightly so. They've had a real battle and a half here, up to 6 minutes now of a contest. So the attempt, yes, oh, well blocked by Seidel though. But again, another strong entry for the Frenchman. And Seidel's got to be careful. He's got 2
he's done it
Shidos,
again.
and that's it.
Again.
Yep. Well, there was 4 strong attacks. The Ochigari a couple of times we'd seen. A Sutemi was her attempt. And there once more, the exchange.
It's the second time that Sebastian Seidel has come unstuck with the passivity rule. I feel for him, because you know he's gutsy and it was hard and everything, but there's a time that you've got to keep up with, and unfortunately he just fell behind.
Yeah, he started off well in that golden score. He turned it around a little bit, but it wasn't sustainable for him. Well, definitely a medal, another medal for the Brazilians, but what colour will it be? We're coming up to the final.
This is the victory of Kylian Leblanc, France.
É isso, se liga no telão, melhores momentos da vitória do atleta da França, o Kylian Leblanc, garantindo aí a medalha de bronze no Grande Slam Judo de Brasília. Tem alguém feliz aí?
Well, we come now to the final of the under 66 kilo category. Daniel Cagnin of Brazil faces Manuel Lombardo of Italy. It'll be Cagnin in the white judogi, Lombardo in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Orlando Cruz of the Dominican Republic.
Well, these athletes have never met. This is the first time the number 1 and the number 2 seed of this weight category. 34 we started off with. Now we're down to the last 2 to match up. Who will take the gold? Well, Cagnin, as the number 1 seed on home soil, has the advantage here on all levels. Statistically, homebred, and the maturity here, but Lombardo cannot be underestimated at all. He has great style, a big heart, and he really is such a fit athlete that he can fight to the end.
Right, we're underway with the final of the under 66 kilo category. I think this is one of the most anticipated contests of the day. The Brazilian crowd could really do with taking this one.
Oh, Lombardo,
oh, goodness me.
Straight out for the kill.
Was he also on the ground, I think?
I think so. I don't think it, to be honest, I don't think that one counted.
Yeah.
but definitely brushed the cobwebs off. There was no doubt about it. Karginen didn't know what hit him there. He was a little bit shaken. And this is the danger of Lombardo. That youth behind him and that sort of confidence that oozes through. For such a young athlete, he's got such maturity in his judo. Karginen attempts a Sutemi Wazo. And Lombardo just totally dismisses that last action. Well, the crowd now starting to make some noise. A chance for a gold medal, another gold medal for Brazil.
And they've got another in the 57
and they've got another one
as
in the
well.
57s coming up. Yep. So they've done extremely well in the first opening day of this competition.
I think that Lombardo and Smith-Davis are going to be two spoilers here.
I think so, but at the moment Karginen's in a good position in the Niwas. He's got that,
wrapped up tight,
and
yeah.
the Brazilians are really sharp in their Niwaza, and he's turning him over, but he really has lost control now at the head. He had a good movement there. The Sangaku was in. He then started to get a little bit greedy and going for something else rather than focusing on what he really had, and that was the Sangaku.
Yep. Sometimes the application of that Sangaku can be done without having to go into the traditional roll and be on your side. You don't have to do it there. You can, be squeezing on there.
Applying it where it is.
Exactly.
There's too many fancy moves sometimes, and the fancier they are, the less chance it is of actually being able to execute. Suyotoshi, beautifully done. Scoring a
Just about
Wasari.
squeeze that one out, minute 35.
And timing, very good.
Okay, across the face, so the referee's going to call mate, and now it's time really for Lombardo to get into this, because he's allowed Karginen, if you like, to come up with attacks and the better positions. So he's really got to step up here now.
Yeah.
Minute and a half.
That was a nice Suyotoshi there. Lombardo now has to take this match to him. He's capable of doing it. He's still got a minute and a half. He can't afford to be in Niwaza at all. Well, he's been shaken up a little bit, but he's not over yet. Tomonagi, he's trying to get him down in the ground. He's like, come here. And Lombardo sensibly stays out of the Niwaza because he knows that he's on a hiding to nothing when he goes down there, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't the cleverest of Sutemi Waza efforts, and you see a little yellow dot there.
He's got to get up.
Next to his name now. He picked up a Shido for that.
Lombardo piling on the pressure. He's got to keep going at him. Cannot afford to give him any extra breathing space. That last minute has got to be all Lombardo if he wants a chance to continue with the opportunity of the gold medal and a place on the top spot of that podium. Lombardo not
Did he have
messing
one
around.
hand on there with that attack? That last attack?
No, it looked like he had two.
He's got a second. Just one hand.
Oh.
I think he was right to give him the second.
I didn't think he was.
Yeah, he had one hand on. He got away with it.
Yeah, I thought, I did think he had the two, but maybe he lost one of the grips and continued. But
pressure taken off.
Sasai
And bad position from Lombardo. Got the head down when he should have been standing up. Yeah.
Should have got out of there.
He's just taken it too easily. So look how calm he is.
He needs to step
urgency.
it up, doesn't he? You're so right there. It's like watching paint dry with him. He's so relaxed with the situation, but he's 18 seconds away of losing the gold medal. Yeah. You would have thought 18 seconds or even a minute out, you would have gone like a bat out of hell there to fight hard. Oh, no, he's got to get up, and Lombardo.
And he's kept his head down again.
Straight down again into the Niwaza. another couple of valuable seconds wasted for not reacting quick enough.
To get up and out, yeah. Persisting on that one side with the sleeve. No attack.
Well, Karganen, I don't know what that says on his chest, but never mind.
Well, Daniel Karganen won't have a Grand Slam gold medal contest that allows him so much space again. I can't see that happening again.
No.
Lombardo had some kind of tactic in his mind. He and his coach must have worked out how they were going to approach this. I'm afraid to say, whatever that plan was, whatever approach that was, it turned out to be the wrong one.
Yeah.
Because Karganen came off that tatami untroubled.
Oh, definitely. He had a good match there.
He was rolled over once, but from a Newaza position. Apart from that, he never had to worry.
Lombardo started off so well, and as soon as that score came on the board, he just seemed to sort of spiral out of control, really. He lost confidence, I think.
The only thing I'm going to say is this is not the be-all and end-all of it for Lombardo. He's a young man, you know, on his way up.
Oh,
he's making his way up. And if he sees this, not as a Grand Slam gold medal winning performance or anything, if he sees this as just another step to where he wants to go, and he's measured that, and he thinks, I'm not going to break my neck here.
I totally agree with you. I think he's got a...
Could be fine.
What he's doing is progressing very nicely and building up on the matches that he's been faced up with, and they're not always going his way. But what will happen, he will be a contender at the Olympic Games. He might not be a medalist, but he will be a contender. He'll be a threat to most people that he'll be up against. But it's 4 years down the road. He'll be 24 years of age then, and another with one Olympics under his belt. So this is a great opportunity for him.
We come now to the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 52 kilo category, and the medals are being presented by the president of the vice president, International Judo Federation vice president, and the president of the Pan American Judo Confederation, Mr. Manuel Larrañaga. Oh, they've got some bears as well. First of the bronze medals goes to Sonoda Natsumi of Japan. There's a bronze medal also for Eloides Valentin of Brazil. Silver medal goes to Larissa Pimenta of Brazil. The gold medal goes to Odette Giuffrida of Italy. What do you think those little soft toys are then that are given? Bears or tigers or a mascot?
It's their little mascot.
Look at that mascot. Normally they have some animal of the region or an animal of the country. You know, we were in, where were we? Where they gave a tiger. Was it in Almaty that they gave tigers? And they gave bears in the place before that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of Italy.
And now the national anthem of Italy. Well, we chatted about what Odette Giuffrida had set out to do by coming to Brasilia for this Grand Slam, and she did it. All I'm going to say is there will be stiffer tests for her.
Oh, definitely, yeah. There's quite a few that are missing from this competition, but you can only beat the ones that appear.
I will say something in her favour, though. Apart from the nice touch that she had at the end, where she showed respect to her opponent, Larissa Pimenta, that was really nice. The fact that she was able to work out and defeat with such skill. It doesn't matter that it wasn't the most attractive of contests. With such skill, she had a plan, and that plan worked when she defeated Tsunoda Matsuno. Right, we come now to the first of the bronze medal contests in the under 57 kilo category. Sarah Leonie Sisik of France faces Theresa Stoll of Germany. It'll be Sisik in the white judogi, Stoll in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Everardo Garcia of Mexico, and with commentary on these last three medal matches, as we've had for all of the medal matches this afternoon. Here's former world champion Loretta Cusack-Doyle. Loretta.
Thanks, Sheldon. Well, this is going to be very interesting. As we could see in the statistics, it's a 2-1 on the head-to-head. But the last time these did fight was in the World Championships in Tokyo this year. And Sisik was the one that had that win over her opponent, and Stoll will know that, which maybe gives her a slight edge considering the form that Sisik is in at this moment. And I think this young lady is going so far in the world of judo. She is a real contender at the World Championships. She was amazing in the World Team Championships. She's a big thrower. She's got that special ingredient that's going to make her world class and Olympic class. Stoll, though we've seen her for a long period of time, and all throughout that time she's progressively got better and improving, and her status as a real world contender too.
Picked up Shido for stepping out there.
Maybe a little, maybe a little bit apprehensive, knowing that she has been defeated by her just recently at the World Championships, and maybe doesn't want to make the same mistake so early on since that last defeat. Sisik, so powerful and oozes a lot of confidence and physical maturity. 21 years of age, Stoll 23. Not much of a difference as far as age is concerned, but exposure on the world circuit, well, Stoll has most probably had that little bit more, few years, to be able to work her way up the ranks in the World Tour. Sisik has just come in like a bull in a china shop. She's out there, and she's no sooner she's in, she's making her presence known. Uchimata into the Makakomi. Good strong attack there, just off the edge of the contest area. Stoll did well to defend against that, with 2.5 minutes remaining in this contest. Sisik advancing on, throws that left hand high over the neck, comes round the back. Stoll, yes! Oh,
yep, that's
what
done.
a finish! Hey!
If you play with fire,
You get burnt. And definitely that was hot. There was a scolding being done there.
One of them was going to go there.
And they were going to go big. And you know what? I didn't think, in fairness, Sisik would be the one
Nor did I.
that would fall
Nor did I.
like that.
She got herself into a bad position there, and the thing that she failed to recognise was just how powerful that technique applied there by Stoll could be, and she thought, I'm going to give this a go.
So being taller than her opponent as well, she threw the arm with full conviction to win and to throw big. She had that chance, and she took full benefits of that.
See, a fighter like
Fantastic.
Sisik is always going to come up with one of those kind of losses, where they run that risk. They say, you know, I'm better at you than this. Well, actually, on this occasion, you weren't.
She got up too close and personal
Yep.
with Stoll, and Stoll was waiting for it. She nearly knocked her head off her shoulders.
Goes to Germany.
Round the back, and look at that arm right underneath.
She doesn't
the
move her leg.
armpit.
She doesn't reset.
She couldn't get the
She
leg
leaves
out.
the left. She leaves the. Yeah, it's stuck there.
She couldn't get out.
Yeah.
She tried to lift the knee, but her little legs just weren't long enough to
Yeah.
get out. Amazing finish there for Stoll. What a finish! Zeke,
Oh,
she
can
can't
you read,
believe it.
lip read French?
Oh yes, I wouldn't need to lip read to
I
know
know.
what she's saying.
See, she leaves the left leg there. I'm going to attack that. You know? Do you see what I mean? She makes the attack. The attack fails, but she doesn't get out of there. And Stoll sees it there, just planted. I'll have some of that.
I'll take that. Thank you very much. Oh, and that was sweet. Well, what a finish for Stoll today. Brilliant, brilliant end.
Right, we come now to the second of the bronze medal contests in the under 57 kilo category. Telma Monteiro of Portugal faces Rafaela Silva of Brazil. It'll be Monteiro in the white judogi, Silva in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Jean-Claude Jimby of Gabon. And Loretta Cusack-Doyle, I wonder if you've been able to unearth the number of times that Silva has gone head-to-head against Monteiro. If not, I'll have a look, because it just interests me, that one.
Well, they've both been around the block for a long, long time. There's no doubt about it. I think Rafaela Silva will be still robbing the wounds from being defeated by her own teammate Nascimento in the semi-final.
Four times.
Yeah, 4 times.
They've gone head-to-head, most recently at the World Championships in Tokyo, where Silva defeated
Was that for
Monteiro.
the bronze?
That was in round 3. That put
round
her
3,
out.
just before, right.
Put Monteiro out.
Well, it'd be interesting to see.
5-year period they've been going up against each other, head-to-head. 2 wins for Silva, 2 to Monteiro.
So it's 2-2, but the last time it was Silva that was the winner of the head-to-head. But Monteiro, very, very sharp in this bronze medal contest here today. Three minutes and 15 seconds remaining. So far, Monteiro, well, trying a little bit too hard on that. She put in a couple of good attacks over Silva, but that one was a little bit short, and she paid with the penalty. Needs to settle down a little bit here. Sianaki, oh, nice. She was in there. Silva did well to just escape at the last stage of that entry. Hips just managed to slip away and no more.
Stayed up on her feet for longer than usual, Monteiro, in that one.
Yeah, it was much more of a classic
Had a nice
Sianaki.
look to it, didn't it?
Yeah, upright, very upright, but the legs were too rigid really to get that little bounce at the end.
So that took a whack to the eye there, the right eye.
Yeah.
Monteiro's right hand coming around and catching her. Stood on the podium together here a few years ago, didn't they? Well, not in this city, but here in this country, in Brazil. Rafaela Silva taking the gold medal. Monteiro picked up a bronze.
The bronze medal, yeah.
No.
Timmy, was it?
Off, yeah.
Well, 2.5 minutes remaining, and it feels like a lifetime they've been out there. Silva comes through with the hips. The danger is when she's able to come deep on the back and takes that belt grip. Montero has to be very careful with that one. Well, they work dangerously on the edge of the contest area. Bit of a stalemate there. Shido is going to be awarded to both of them. Neither one of them wanted to get out of that positioning. No. Well, I'm surprised they want to take the Shido off Montero, because neither one of them were doing anything. It was a stalemate situation. That does surprise me.
Minute 25 left to go. Silva with the 2 penalties against that. Montero just the 1, so there's a slight advantage as far as Montero is concerned. Again, just staying up that little bit longer than she usually does.
Looks strong there.
Yeah.
She definitely is on form in this competition. Good performance here. Drops underneath.
Good tempo from Montero. She's
Just
well known for doing that. Just unsettling Silva. She knows that another attack here, to be honest, if she can put in a really good strong attack, Silva could be out here.
Yeah. One more strong attack, like you say.
No, not going to get it now.
No, that was a good opportunity there for Silva. She looked quite threatening there as she came over the top once more.
Looked angry.
Oh, yeah.
It's that kind of aggression, that kind of, stamping your authority on the contest that I didn't see from Tsunoda earlier.
Exactly.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, that's what you would have been looking for.
Anyway, that one is long gone. It's Montero and Silva now. That was unfortunate.
A little bit untidy there, and need to really secure. It's difficult to say. Both of them trying desperately to secure the good lifeline of a grip to be able to move on to the next stage, and without that grip it ends up just a complete mess at the end.
We can see that's the second time that Montero has used the safety area.
She works well on the edge.
To put, to me, okay, that one's in, but the other two, she was actually attacking outside of the competition area. She wants to attack, but she's using the safety area for those attacks because she doesn't want to get caught in the middle.
I think they're going to give Silva another. Well, are they going to say that the attempt of the Sutemi was a false attack and she'll pick up a Shido for it, or are they saying it was a strong enough attack and there's been one too many and Silva will take the third and final Shido? I'm not quite sure the way they're looking at the angle they're looking at, but they're allowing to let it go.
Just let it go on. Yeah.
It was nothing significant to really that would.
Yeah, I didn't see anything
bounce
for them
out
to
at
be
you.
reviewing.
No.
And they were pretty quickly back into the action anyway. Last couple of seconds and then we are going to go into golden score.
Yes, it'd be interesting to see how either one of these react. Silva normally good straight off in the golden score. She's had quite a few wins in that positioning. So used to.
There we go.
There you have. There's the opportunity. Whoa!
Yeah, that will do. Oh,
Chigari, yes!
There was a little nod of the head from Montero as if to say, well, I got caught there.
Oh,
I know that I've been trying to keep that hand off for the whole contest.
That was the danger coming over the back. We'd seen it earlier on. There was a real threat. She got that opportunity. And when it comes to golden scores, Silva is normally, she gets 99% of the time she gets that golden score. There's something that she just digs in and digs in deep very quickly.
Well, when she was coming off the mat, she was just holding up 3 fingers to her coach. I guess 3 wins against Montero now.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Mom. Look who I'm with. Rafaela Silva. They would have liked for her to have taken the gold medal.
Yes,
Yeah,
it would have been the fairy tale ending, wouldn't it, for her? But they've still got a chance of Brazil on the top
in this
spot.
weight category.
Yeah. Nascimento.
Se liga no telão, com muito samba, os melhores momentos da vitória da Rafaela. Cadê a torcida do Brasil?
Oh, nice Ouchigari.
As soon as that arm goes over, she's in danger. She's trying to keep off it, but
Well, what she was doing, she was bracing on that hip throw, and she really had to dig her heels in and bring the rear end back to the ground. That she just accelerated the Ouchigari for a combination. You can see she was trying to get her onto her hips and went for the easier option there.
Thank you very much for supporting Judo.
Não se esqueçam, ficam com a gente para a cerimônia de premiação, porque teremos Brasil no lugar mais alto do pódio.
well, we've got one more weight category. Sorry, one more contest in the weight category to bring you to the final of the under 57 kilo category. Caitlin Nascimento of Brazil faces Nakoda Smith-Davis of Great Britain. It'll be Nascimento in the white judogi, Smith-Davis in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Amano Akiko of Japan.
Well, on the world ranking, they're miles apart. There's no doubt about it, but that means nothing when you've actually just defeated the Olympic champion to get into that final here in front of this home crowd. And but Nakoda Smythe-Davis of Great Britain is showing form and back into a normal that we would expect world-class status. So it will be another major challenge for Nascimento of Brazil, but she has this crowd behind her. But Smythe-Davis knows that she has not only the maturity, the experience, and the medals to show for it. And straight away, Smythe-Davis on the sleeve. Looks now for the lapel, comes in with the Osota, digs in deep, using that shoulder to barge her over. Doesn't manage to get the score, but definitely a threatening start to Nascimento. Once more, works off that sleeve. Controls, braces down on Nascimento, trying desperately to stop her from getting too much movement across the tatami, closing everything down and not allowing much space between them. Davis wanting to reserve that energy, be much more precise in the amount of movements and exchanges that she makes, and this is one strong opportunity that she has now with the Niwaza, and sadly a little bit slow and reacting. She went into the Niwaza, an opportunity lost there for Smythe-Davis. Nascimento still to get started in this contest. Smythe-Davis dictates the pace on which this contest has gone so far. A little bit of life now from Nascimento as she works the feet, comes in with the Osotogari, but just one hand on. Smythe-Davis, Osotogari, losing a little bit of control on her opponent, but falls into a good positioning in the Niwaza as she works for the Sangaku. Digs in deep, very strong in her Niwaza. As you can see, tries to work that Sangaku, squeezing those thighs together across that neck. Not really looking for the turnover, but the legs are in a really strong position. But problem is when you stay in that position, the cramping up of the legs is a big factor there, and she doesn't look like she was under too much pressure, not as much as I think Smythe-Davis was as she was trying to execute the Sangaku. So 1.5 minutes remaining. No Shidos on the board, but no score as yet. Still, it's a contest that could go either way. Nice as she was, though. Nascimento. Oh, and an Osotogari! A good attack there for Smythe-Davis, and good timing, scoring a Wazari and taking the lead in this final. An Osota exchanged by an Osotogari.
Could be a little bit generous here.
Yeah.
Look at the landing.
Yeah,
that doesn't show it there.
No, it doesn't. On the other side, it did, didn't it?
It was a better angle.
The Osota. No, it didn't land, did it?
Yeah.
It didn't land. I don't think she'll get that.
Elbow goes down, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked impressive from the angle we were in, but as you can see in the replay, the shoulder never even hit the ground. It was the elbow, and she went forward rather than back. So a minute remaining. The Osota again, but this time, did she manage to get off it?
Turn off, I think.
Again, we can't see it from this angle, but again, another strong attack from Smythe-Davis. They've given it a Wazari. Now let's see it from this angle. Osota. No, again.
No, I don't think so either, yeah.
But
So
she'll
one
get a
hasn't gone
Shido
up,
for...
passivity.
So she needs to now step it up a little bit. Smythe-Davis has controlled this match quite nicely. She's had some great opportunities, just missing out on scoring a couple of times there. She was probably just thinking in the back of her mind, what do I need to do? But Shido's going to go for both athletes, which piles the pressure on the Brazilian a little bit more than Smythe-Davis at this moment, with just 20 seconds remaining. Smythe-Davis just judging this match quite sensibly with a lot of maturity, staying on top and staying in control, not making any silly errors, and looking quite comfortable out there against her opponent. So we're now into golden score. 2 Shidos to 1.
Well, no doubt about who's had the better of the contest.
Yes.
Davis has come closest to scoring on at least a couple of occasions. She's also looked really comfortable and hasn't come under real serious threat herself. 2 penalties against Nascimento, just 1 to Smythe-Davis as they go into the golden score period. Oh, chance on the shimmy-waza here.
I think she's there. I think she's got the shimmy-waza. What a mistake.
Carefully now, look carefully. Second roll will make it even tighter.
All right.
Got to be careful. Make sure
that leg's not really been stretched out. She's got to focus on the shimmy-waza than actually on that leg. It's under. But it's not executed. She's comfortable enough to be able to hold it. Well, she put herself in that mess, really. She left her neck exposed as she went down, and Smythe-Davis, although she was not as sharp to react, noticed there was an opportunity and took full advantage of that.
We've had a minute of golden score. Nothing has changed in the golden score period. Dakota Smith-Davies still looking the more likely of the two to score.
Yes, I think so. Oh! But that was a silly error there for Smythe-Davies. She came in for the Osodogari without any upper body control, and she overstretched herself, and the weight was on the supportive leg. So she's got to be careful. She's done so well up until now. She doesn't want to start throwing this all away. Whoa! Yes, that's got to be a pun. She planted her on the top of the shoulders and then flipped her over the top, just on the edge of the contest area. Well, that was a lovely finish there for Smythe-Davies of Great Britain, who takes the gold medal here in the under 57 kilos. Well, that was a great result, and
winner and gold medalist in the category for women under 57 kilos, in blue for Great Britain, Nicola Davis.
Tá aí medalha de ouro para a atleta da Grã-Bretanha, Nicola Smith-Davies. Uma salva de palmas para ela e também uma salva de palmas para Kathleen Nascimento.
Well, not the ending that the Brazilians would have liked, with Nascimento on the top spot. She'll have to settle for second place as Dakota Smith-Davies of Great Britain, who takes the gold medal in the under 57 kilo category. Just take a look and see how that finish came about.
Gold medal goes to Great Britain, Nicola Davis.
Aí, a Davis, Nicola Davis, levou a medalha de ouro. Lembrando que amanhã abriremos os portões às 10 horas da manhã.
Nice finish here.
oh, yeah, it was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful, Osodogari. She didn't just throw it, she buried her. Look at that. Whoa. Well, there's no doubt on what that score was.
Hard work, was it?
Yeah, she was like, I can't believe that. I'm glad that one's over with, she says. Well, it definitely had, she was tested her condition, and I'm delighted to say I think she's on form as far as the condition is concerned.
We come now to the awarding ceremony for men in the under 66 kilo category.
Member of Parliament of Brazil and double judo world champion.
The medals are being presented by double world champion and a member of the Parliament for Brazil, João Verli.
Representing France, Kylian Leblanc.
The first of the bronze medals goes to Kylian Leblanc.
Representando o Brasil, medalha de bronze, William Lima.
There's a bronze medal also for William Lima of Brazil. Did we say Kylian Leblanc of France, or did I just say Kylian Leblanc? Well, he's from France. Yeah.
Yes.
Silver medal goes to Manuel Lombardo of Italy. But the gold medal goes to Daniel Kaglin of Brazil.
Prize money and the mascots will be presented by the second vice president of the Brazilian Judo Confederation.
O cheque e os mascotes serão entregues pelo vice-presidente da Confederação Brasileira de Judô, senhor Danis Queiroz.
Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of Brazil.
Now the national anthem of Brazil.
Thank you very much. Now, family picture with UAPs and Judoka.
Senhoras e senhores, muito obrigado. E agora a foto oficial das autoridades e os atletas. Fica com a gente, hein? Tem mais Brasil no próximo bloco.
Luke and Lima were the bronze medal winners. Lombardo picked up the silver. It was Cagney who sparks the Brazil celebrations by taking the gold medal. Right, before we come to the last of the awarding ceremonies, we've got a small highlights package for you, and then we'll be back with the medal presentation for the women in the under 57 kilo category.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we're waiting for the last awarding ceremony. This will be for women under 57 kilos. Thank you very much that you are still with us and waiting for the last awarding ceremony today.
É isso, pessoal, aguardando só mais um pouquinho para a próxima cerimônia de premiação. De antemão, já agradecer você e dizer que eu não esqueci do Roy Nelson. Roy Nelson está marcando presença. Daqui a pouquinho eu levo seu brinde aí, vai embora não, tá bom? Fica com a gente, hein? A última cerimônia de premiação do primeiro dia do Grand Slam Judo Brasília 2019.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we start the last awarding ceremony, once again, you can see the highlights of today's final block on the screen.
Se liga no telão, os melhores momentos desse último combate. Os melhores momentos do torneio, vamos juntos. Agora, 10 da manhã, abertura dos portões. Fica com a gente.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last medal awarding ceremony for women under 57 kilos.
Última cerimônia de premiação, categoria até 57 quilos feminino.
Come now to the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 57 kilo category. The medals are being presented by the Education and Coaching Director, Mr. Mohamed Marija.
Bronze medalists are
Medalha de bronze do
The first of the bronze medals goes to Rafaela Silva of Brazil.
and Teresa Stoll, representing
There's
Germany.
a bronze medal also for Theresa Stoll of Germany.
Medalha de prata do Brasil.
Silver medal goes to Caitlin Nascimento of Brazil.
And
The gold medal goes to Dakota Smith-Davis of Great Britain.
Prize money and the mascots will be presented by third vice president of the Brazilian Judo Confederation.
Para a entrega dos cheques e dos mascotes, convidamos vice-presidente da Confederação Brasileira de Judô, a senhora Celoy Totti.
Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of Great Britain.
Senhoras e senhores, peço a todos que fiquem em
Now
posição
the
de
national
respeito
anthem
para a execução
of
do hino
Great
nacional
Britain.
da Grã-Bretanha.
Slightly shy and sheepish looking Dakota Smith-Davis, enjoying the national anthem there. Perhaps it's because it's only her second Grand Slam gold medal and maybe she's not accustomed to hearing the national anthem blurted out for her. She's been on the podium plenty of times. This time it was all for her.
Very nice indeed.
Right, that brings day one to a close. It's Brazil who topped the medal table with 2 gold medals, 4 silvers and 3 bronze, whilst there was a gold medal each for Italy, Portugal and Great Britain. There'll be more medals tomorrow when we come back here for day 2 of competition at the Brasilia Grand Slam. But from Loretta Cusack Doyle and myself and all the broadcast team, it's bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.